Hey guys, welcome back to Mod Life Season 2, SpaceLife. And since last episode, I've gotten quite a bit of work done, which I'll show you guys in just a moment. But first, I want to make something up really quick. I want to make a portal gun pedestal. I don't really make these very often at all. Very easy to make. 3 iron ingots, redstone, and obsidian. Seeing how we have a couple different types of portal gun now, I thought it'd be kind of cool to go ahead and have these guys showcased. And I'm actually probably going to be using my portal guns a little bit more often now that I got a couple different types. So I was thinking about showcasing them off in here. So maybe put one here, which they have a really cool animation when you place them down. I love that. Put one there. And I guess we'll go ahead and put one right there. Alright, now I have a couple different types here. I think I have more of the bacon guns than anything. In fact, where does this go? I have a portal set up somewhere. Alright, well I guess... I don't know. I just clear them both out. Alright, so if I right click there? Yeah, there we go. Now we got our bacon gun on display. And Peabody's portal gun, we can place that one there. And the default one, we can place there. So there we go. Yeah, that's cool. Alright, so I'm going to show you guys what I've been working on. In fact, you guys will be able to see it from here. That's right. Level red. Actually looks really cool. I wasn't intending on putting the glass here, but I do like the way this turned out. I think it looks awesome. So let me show you guys from the bottom floor, right down all the way here. As you can see, I've done something a little bit different than the rest of the levels. That's because this is going to be the final floor, ground level. Well, it is underground, but it's actually underground, bottom floor. This is it. So I like the way it turned out so far. Now down here, we're going to be doing quite a few different things. Hello? Here, Fred. Fred's in there somewhere. Oh, he's in there somewhere. There's caves around here. I had to seal them off. So here, this is where we're going to be moving our ME network and building a couple different things in there as well. So we're going to get started in that today. Now, we have some other plans down on this floor as well. Now, that way I'm thinking about leading off to the observatory launch room. Which was suggested by quite a few different people. And I'm thinking about putting my chambers in here and something else. I'm not sure. We'll see. But we got plenty of room to do it. I like the way it turned out. I like the way the red looks on the marble. Really like that a lot. Might even try that out somewhere in here as well. But let's go ahead and get started, shall we? We need to get stuff moving over. Or moved over, at least. Went ahead and already made a tesseract. Also, you guys might notice my armor. I was having a little bit of fun in between episodes. I was trying to find what button it was to change the color of your armor, and it was left bracket, I believe, or open bracket. And wanted to make it actually look very similar to my jetpack that I use. And I think it's pretty close. As you can see, I use the light color blue, which is like that turquoise color, and then I tried to use the nice bright orange. I think it looks pretty awesome. Kind of matches, especially from the back. Whoa, damage. Alright, so that's what I wanted. I wanted to completely drain these. So let's go ahead and put those guys in. I'm hoping to do something with this today as well, so let's go ahead and grab all this stuff out of here that we're going to need. Probably going to wind up leaving a crafting monitor in here, but I'm going to go ahead and take this one out for now. And take out the oxygen compressors. So let's go ahead and start picking all this stuff up, which shouldn't take too long. Which thankfully we'll also be able to start cleaning up the machine room. All this stuff doesn't need to be down here all the time. Now this one I'm probably going to keep down here because we do need oxygen for our purification chamber, I believe it is, or enrichment chamber. It's one of the two. Let's see. I think this is the purification chamber. Yeah, and I don't think we need it for the crushing chamber. Not in this case. Alright. But we do need one down there, so we'll leave that down there for that. And I have the hardened energy cell here. I just was trying to hold some energy here, trying to figure out why my energy was draining down on my power level. And it seems like these GalacticCraft machines do constantly drain power, even though it like stores it in here for some reason. I don't understand it, but as soon as I hook them up, they start draining from the energy cell, and it's just a constant drain. So not sure what the problem is there really, but we'll leave it as is for now. So maybe I figure something else out. Maybe you guys have some ideas as well. All right, now I don't know. I might wind up leaving this here because I have this hooked up to all this stuff on level green, which is like the cactus, all the farm stuff, you know, everything basically, the sugar canes and stuff. So how am I going to get that into the network? Not sure, so maybe I'll just leave that here and have that send over that way. We'll just kind of shorten this up a little bit. We don't need to have it travel all that way. Maybe just leave it there for now. We can make another ender chest. We got plenty of stuff to do that, I believe. So let me go ahead and finish picking all this stuff up, guys. I'll probably go ahead and make another ender chest real quick, and probably maybe another ender pouch once I get this all moved downstairs. So I'll see you guys in just a minute. Alright guys, and we're back on level red. We got all of our network stuff, so let's go ahead and start setting this stuff down. Now, I've went ahead and laid out a few things, cleared out a little bit more space back here. I'm going to try to set something up back here in just a few minutes, but first let's go ahead and get our network back up and running. Let's see, crafting terminal, let's put that there. We'll have power in the center, main terminal in the center as well. Let's see. Access point, I think we can go ahead and actually probably hide this. There's really no reason to have that shown. Let's go ahead and put the boosters back in there. Redstone energy conduit, we'll add that to the controller there. And a tesseract for power. So place you there. Main power, set frequency, sending, receiving, which is what we want. So this should have power. Awesome. Network is back up and running. Alright, now we got all of our storage on this side, so I'm thinking about putting it all over here, like that. Maybe putting it on one side, maybe on both. Not sure. Still need room for our molecular simulator chamber. Not sure exactly where I'm going to put that just yet. Maybe we could put our drives on this side and our Mac on this side. Yeah, that might be kind of cool. Now, I got other plans too, so let me see about maybe smoothing this out a little bit more. Because I want to try to do like a little design in here very soon, but I'm going to need some more resources for that, which we'll take care of eventually. Maybe in the next episode or so. So let's see. Might have to pick this side up. Might have to expand out a little bit more. So I'm going to try and give you guys my idea real quick and what I got planned. Along this back wall, along the top, I want to run monitors from Applied Energistics. These right here, the storage monitors. And they're going to have like our main items in there, like redstone, iron, diamonds, gold, all of our ingots and stuff like that. And some of our other valuable items that we use quite a bit of. And it's just going to be like a giant, like, curved monitor. I want them all connected and everything. So let's see. Maybe the main side will be here. It'll go off to 3 or 2. Might have to do this one more in, just so that way I can have this fit back here properly. So we'll have it start off at 3. We'll go in 2 to there. Right now I'm just trying to get this laid out. I'm not going to be using these blocks indefinitely. then maybe out here. Let me actually go ahead and put some light back there just in case something decides to spawn. There we go. There we are. Yeah, maybe something like that. So I'll have monitors all along the top there. I think that'll look really good. All right, well, let's go ahead and get our drive set up. We can still have this sent over along the side here. Of course, I'm going to be switching out the walls for something else very soon. But I think we'll start it right here. Yeah, that'd be all right. Just go ahead and put everything in there real quick. And we'll just have this run through back here. In fact, I think that'll work, right? Should. And we should make it through right there. Good. Nice. All right, so now we are hooked up to all of our items again. Great. All right, now we just need to see about possibly setting up, maybe, first of all, let me clean this up. That way I don't forget about this. All right, that'd be fine. Maybe see about possibly hooking up an automated system to refill our oxygen tanks. Now, people have been asking me if I'm going to oxygen seal my base. Well, certain parts of it, not the entire thing, because that would be a little crazy. I don't know if I could fill entire parts of it, like the top floor up there, level blue. I don't think I could seal that properly with the amount of space that I have up there. I really don't have any room up there to set anything up to really seal it. I'm not sure. Maybe I can get creative and figure it out. Might try something, but maybe like level red down here, maybe level yellow, and maybe level green. We'll see about oxygen sealing. But first, I want to get this all set up. So I'm thinking maybe one oxygen compressor and its own stable energy source. So a electrolytic separator, which is right there. We should have everything needed to make this. There we go, electrolytic separator. We're gonna need a hydrogen generator. This is just gonna be our, normal power source that we were using for quite a while. We're gonna need 2 steel casings. There's our hydrogen generator. And a aqueous accumulator, which we already got one, nice. How convenient. Don't know if I'm gonna need any fluid ducts. I'm gonna go ahead and grab some anyway. This is also going to be supplying our oxygen, of course, which is a great thing. We already got some oxygen pipes. And I think that'll be all right to get us started. So I'm just going to clear out a little room back here, guys. I'm going to do the basic setup that we've been using to, provide us oxygen for our compressors and power. So let me go ahead and get that just set up real quick, and I'll be right back. Alright guys, and we're back. So I think I kind of got this laid out how I wanted. I went ahead and made another electrolytic separator. We're going to need one more for oxygen on our compressor. Seeing how I can't really split up oxygen and hydrogen. Shush. I can't split those two up. I've tried a whole bunch of different pipes and everything. Pipes from Mechanism. Someone recommended the mechanical pipe, which is, or actually not that one, it was another pipe. Actually, it was like, let me search for it real quick. It's Mechanism, I believe it was down here. What? Where's it at? Oh, it's pressurized tube capable of transferring oxygen and hydrogen. I've tried that, and that didn't even work either. So, unfortunately, I'm just going to go ahead and just use 2 electrolytic separators for this. So we'll have that one set up over here. We're gonna have him set up probably like this, right next to this one. But he's also going to need power, so maybe if we put him on both sides like this, flip them both around. We'll put the generator back here in the back. We'll have that transfer that way. So we'll have this dump oxygen output hydrogen to our hydrogen generator. Then we'll have this send power out this way. I believe power goes in the left side of this. So we'll have it go this way. Then we're going to want to hook these two guys up as well. So maybe instead of that, we can just do this instead. That way we'll clear out the center, and we can just have that directly attach up to both of those like that. Alright, so now this guy is going to be outputting oxygen. We're going to dump the hydrogen. Set this to go out there. That should work like so. So this should be a pretty decent little setup, hopefully. And we just need to get the power jump started. Alright, let's see if we can't do this real quick. Actually, let's pick this up. There we go. Hydrogen generator is working. It's outputting power, fueling this guy. So this has nowhere to put any oxygen just yet. This has got full power. Alright, good. So we can actually pick this guy up. No worries to actually have to use that anymore. The setup should be complete. And now we just have to try to set this up to where it'll automatically pull in our heavy oxygen tanks and send them back to our network. So I think the way I'm going to do that is with probably a ender pouch and ender chest. So let's go ahead and get these made up real quick. So quick chest, and let's see, obsidian, blaze rods. We should have everything needed. Piece of wool. Go ahead and do that. So that'll be the blue ender chest that we have. Now, what about the ender pouch? What do I need for that? Because I want another one of those. We need 3 pieces of leather, wool, and 4 blaze powder. So I should have everything for that. I just need the piece of wool. So I'll do the exact same thing, and then I actually automatically have those two connected up to each other, which is actually perfect. But now I just need to have this export out. I do have item ducts, which we'll give that a shot. Hopefully that'll work for us. Put this there like this. Flip this down. So that should automatically export the items out of the ender chest. Yeah, I might have to switch this out to a different ender chest. I don't have any other type of wool on me. You know what? Actually, we should be able to resync that ender pouch, right? We could just make another one real quick. Yeah, you know what? Let's do that. Let's go ahead and make another ender chest. Because I had a decent amount of ender pearls. So let's put that there. So this is just our normal ender chest. I think we actually might have something in there. Ah, no. What do you know? And let's see if we can't resync this up. So shift right click. Yep, there we go. Nice. We got that synced up together. Whoop. And we'll just replace this one. There we go. So we place that back down. Right click that to export. Alright, hey, what do you know? That actually automatically ejected that down, but it's not going into the compressor. Maybe it's a different side. Alright, let me actually do that. Hopefully the... Hold on, let's see if that'll work. Alright, maybe I have to pick that up. Alright, now hopefully I did not just lose my 2 tanks, my air tanks. I don't see them. That's not cool. Alright, now this isn't funny. It's not funny, and you're laughing, Bentley. I know, this doesn't make sense. They went somewhere, I just don't know where they went. Alright, well I might have to make another set and See about filling those up somewhere else. Or trying to import them into the compressor into a different side. So string. We don't have a lot of string. Of course, we could make the wool gin. I don't know if that's a better way of getting string from the blue wool that we have or not. Because we need, in order to make another air tank, we're gonna need red wool, and I don't have any normal. Actually, oh wait, actually we can do it this way. Ah, okay. I just need the dye. Well, that wouldn't be too hard. Got some flowers growing up outside, so we can go grab those really quick. Whoop, right through here. Don't have any more flowers in my network, so I'll have to grab some out here real quick. That should be enough. Alright, let's go ahead and head back inside. It's noisy out there. Hey, Jabba, how you doing, buddy? You know you can come down here with me. I don't mind. Here, come on. Let's see, where, wait, what? I am breaking everything. Where is it? Where's it at? Give it to me. Oh, no. I am breaking everything. Oh, there it is. Phew. Alright, hey, buddy, come on. You can go through there. Don't worry. See? Now you can join me, Jabba. You don't have to sit all the way up there and guard the entrance anymore. No need for that. Alright, so I'm going to go ahead and try and make me a couple... Oh, wait, there we go. I'm going to try to make me a couple more of these air tanks. So there we go. Red wool. I'll go ahead and convert a couple sets of them over. So I'll make a couple of these air tanks real quick, trying to figure out how to actually import into the air compressor with the item ducts, and we'll be right back. Alright guys, and we're back. So I went ahead and tried it on the front side of the oxygen compressor. This actually seemed to have worked pretty well. Hopefully it can actually store 2 heavy oxygen tanks, so we'll go ahead and put that one in there. It's already gone. Hopefully it's just sitting in the reserve, the buffer there, for the item duct, waiting for this one to be exported out. So what I'm going to do is I'm going to set up a ender chest for a network right here, which we're going to have auto import into our network like we had upstairs. So let's see, maybe we'll just do something like this. We'll have that run across the top. I don't want it connecting to the Tesseract, so let's just grab a few more IMI cabling, put it right there. So that should connect. This should automatically export anything that's put into the ender chest into our network. Awesome. So let's see, let's try item duct here. We'll have this export. So where's the other compressor? I'm getting the feeling maybe something else is actually pulling out of this chest, maybe? If things aren't going in here properly. But we should have one of our air tanks in here. So there's our full air tank, which is perfect. Now I do actually want this to export out of the network again though, into a separate ender chest that I'll be able to access. With another ender pouch. So now I just gotta figure out why this thing keeps eating my air tanks. Because I do ideally want to put 2 in here at a time. That way they can just sit here in reserve waiting, for one of them to finish. It sends it out, and then the next one goes and finishes up. So it's kind of ideally what I want to happen here. I just don't know why this isn't actually working. See, and I thought I was going to possibly use like the import and export buses from Applied Energistics. That's why I was hoping they were going to be empty earlier, or why I was going to have them empty, but seeing how we're using the item ducts, I really don't have to do it that way, but I can, sit there and apply it that way if I wanted to with the filter here on the item ducts, but seeing how it's just one item running through the compressor, I really don't see a need for that. Just need to figure out why it keeps eating my air tanks. So let me see about trying to figure that out real quick. Alright guys, and we're back. So I went ahead and changed the color code on our ender chest here to red, red, red. It seems like it's actually working now, because I went ahead and cycled through these air tanks here, and it seems like it's working now, which is really awesome. And I think these item ducts are actually smart enough to not export the oxygen tanks until they're filled, because as you can see, it's not actually exporting it right now to the ender chest, which is going to send it back to our network just yet. So this is looking good so far. So we're going to keep an eye on this. That's still in there, which is awesome. So maybe I still have my stuff. It's just maybe it imported back to an ender chest back on Earth. I think possibly. I think that might be what the problem was, is that I had the white color-coded ender chest set up back on Earth, so hopefully that was the problem. And we do want this to send back out to maybe, you know what, we could just have it send back to the same ender pouch, in which case we could use the the data here on these tanks here. So I did make up an extra tank as well to make sure this was working right. So let's see, maybe make up a export bus. So I guess it really doesn't matter what kind of export bus, because it's gonna should export a full tank every time. So just any regular export bus should be able to work here. So what are we missing? We got the ME cable. See, we need the interface. We need the conversion matrix, which we just need Fluix dust. All right, we'll make up a couple of those. 6 will be fine. And we should be able to craft up a conversion matrix to craft our ME interface, which we're missing. What now? Wait, what are we missing? Glass? Are we really missing glass? Can we do that and maybe ME cable? No, it doesn't recognize it. Alright. I see how you want to play it. So we'll just grab some sand. Alright, let's keep an eye on this real quick. So, awesome. That exported out of this ender chest into the oxygen compressor, which it exported the other air tank back into the network along with the other one. So now we have 2 heavy oxygen tanks in there set up for us. Perfect. Now we're actually running a little low on air. So, let's jump back up here and pull out you. Put you in there. Put you in there. Awesome. Let's see. Oh, right. This is the one that's going to basically auto-import into our network. Nice. And, oh, that means I actually put, oh, okay. That's fine. Whatever. I meant to recolor code that to cyan, 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 but we'll do that in just a little bit. So glass, glass, good. That should be more than enough. Gotta hurry. Air's running low and thin. Jabba, excuse me. Alright, put that back in there. Glass. ME interface. Get in there. Air skeleton around. Alright, so now last, we need a piston. I really need to get my molecular assembly chamber up and running. That way I can auto-craft all this stuff. Actually, I already got ME cable. Should be able to just craft this thing now, right? There we go. Basic export bus. Now, I'm just going to go ahead and craft this into a precision export bus. Why not? All right, that'll work. And then we want to have this send in here, right? Like so. And then what we want to have send in there is our air tanks. So let's go ahead and grab one of those. We'll have that set like so. Move stacks. So there we go. So we have our air tanks in there. And it shouldn't, oh wow, look at that. It's not even exporting that in there. So we are losing air. So we'll go ahead and grab this, or we have no air. And let's go ahead and set this up real quick. There we go. Air's back in. So if we come over here, Put those 2 in there. Oh, this is gonna work perfectly. Look at that. That'll automatically start filling this up. Eject it out back into the network, and then when it's done and filled up, it'll send it back into the ender chest. So anytime we need air, we just open up this ender pouch here, this red ender pouch, and we'll have some air tanks in there. Oh, I like it. That's awesome. All right, now let's actually set this up to cyan. Nice. Alright, so that shouldn't mess anything up. That should still make everything work. That's just the ender chest that I use for my quarry to send items back into my network from all sides. So I think I'll go ahead and actually switch this ender pouch to that as well. So anytime I just want to dump items into my network from my inventory that I don't want, we'll just place them right there, like so. Now, as far as the other ender chest goes, I'll get that fixed and all the items put back into the other ender chest that I had, like the portal guns, all the lassos and stuff like that. But I think that'll about do it for today, guys. I want to say thank you so much for watching. Hopefully you guys enjoyed. Let me know what you guys think. If you guys have any helpful tips, tricks, or comments, feel free to put them in the comment section down below. If you guys would rate the video, I'd really appreciate it. And until next time, we'll see you guys then. Goodbye.